back to the No Limit Crypto channel. So in this video we are going to take a look at Quant. Quant looks like it is forming a triangle right now. If you enjoy these daily Quant and other cryptocurrency videos, please consider liking and subscribing. Let's get right into the chart. Just a real quick one before we start. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Fibonacci's on the left with the white lines, or do you prefer the Fibonacci's on the right with the colors? I think it might be a bit confusing when I'm using the Fibonacci's with the white lines and also white trend lines. I prefer this for myself, but for the YouTube pleasure, I want to hear your comments. Which one do you prefer? So let's get into the video. So we have this triangle forming right here. We are in a possible channel, but yesterday we had a falling wedge, which obviously is a bullish pattern. We broke up from that and created a lower high for now, but we have also created a higher low. And at that point I start looking at, okay, what is happening? The volatility is decreasing. What happens when volatility decreases? We are loading up for a bigger move. Okay, is there a pattern on the chart? Yes, there is a possible triangle forming on the chart. Nice. Now we have a target when we will possibly break and have the bigger move. So this triangle will break in the next 5 days. So I will be here. I will be looking at it probably for a few days and seeing if we have any indicators on where it might break. Looking for divergences, for example, just to give us any indicator, any indication on where it's gonna break. So we're gonna take a look at the target of this triangle. And obviously the target to the upside will be an all-time high. We're just so close to the all-time high. So any target to the upside is going to be an all-time high. We're gonna look if this target that we have right here on the white line, if it confluences with any other indicator. So basically the Fibonacci. If it confluences with a Fibonacci line, we can make a better decision if it is likely to go up there. So this is the target. We would be looking at a $517 quant. And this is obviously, I'm just putting it in a random spot. We might break this triangle at other spots. If we break it right at the end, we're still looking at a $500 quant, which is sick. And that would also actually stay in the channel, which would be nice. That would confirm that we have a nice channel forming and we are moving in the channel upwards. So whatever the breakout is, we are always looking at a $500 quant, which is nice to see. Quant has obviously been making these nice moves already, and it doesn't really look like it wants to slow down. So, and let's take a look at the upside right now. And let's draw a fib. I think it's a fib with colors now. Yeah. So, wherever we kind of put it, at least if we don't break it right now, which I don't expect, because then it's not really like a confirmed triangle either. But in the end of this possible triangle, if it forms, we are looking at a nice confluence with the 1.618 Fibonacci, which is one of the favorite levels for us to look at when we look at breakouts and going towards all-time highs. So this confirms to me that it seems like a fairly likely target for us to look at a $500 quant in the foreseeable future. So if we would break to the downside, we're placing the target from up here to down here. And to draw these Fibonacci's, I would look at a swing low somewhere around here. I would probably take a low right before the move started and draw it up here. Because at that point we assume that this is our all-time high and this is the swing high, the highest point that we are going to go to. Because if we stay in the triangle, we are not going to go above it. So what do we see here? We do see some nice things, or obviously these are not the nice things, but we can see that we would likely enter the most important fib zone. We would enter this zone right here between the 0.618 and 0.786. That would be the zone. And this is a major resistance and support, but in this case it would be a major support for us. And it seems like a likely scenario if we break to the downside that we might find support here, and we also would, it seems likely that we are going to retrace to that level, because that level is often retraced back to. And this is a thing that I've been preaching in a lot of my videos. I don't know if you guys watch all of my videos or just on the ones that you want to watch, like Quantor, Dottor, Avalanche. But in the other videos, I have been preaching about looking at the market in the longer term and where those levels would take us. So let's just draw a quick line right there, take away the fibs, take away everything else right here, and see what a drop would mean for us. So a drop from up here to down here. On the longer term, this is a major drop, obviously. If we just assume this random level that I drew right here, it would be a 40% drop and a drop, and it would be a big drop. So, but if you look at this in the weekly time frame and in the real long term, this does look healthy. It doesn't look bad at all. We're creating higher highs and we are still creating higher lows. So don't be afraid of the downside. This was all from me. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe. Goodbye.